Yo, what is up guys, MG Gibbs here. We got some new information on the 420 patch. We also got some images of the new map Percent and also the new AK rifle. Let's get into it. So to get started, the developers are giving this patch an official date of November 8th of release. It was originally at the end of October, but they wanted to set it back an extra week. That way they can do some extra testing and make sure that this patch is as solid as can be when it's released. So the new AK rifle will be for the Insurgents, and it is for the Advisor class. So at first glance, you can tell that there is a railing system onto the gun, so we can expect some extra attachments being thrown on there specifically for that reason. And exact attachments we can and cannot throw on there is the biggest question. We're going to have to wait to see until the patch is released, as the only information we have on this gun is the images provided. I'm actually excited for this because it does feel like there is a lack of weapons for the Insurgency side, so adding this extra gun should be a little more fun. So moving on to the new map Percent, it is described as a massive urban environment. This is actually taking inspiration from two older maps from the first Insurgency game called Contact and District, images on the screen now. So looking at these images of the new map, the first thing I kind of really notice is that there is a lot more vibrant of colors, which is a good thing. You know, compared to the other maps, it all is kind of deserty and kind of bland with that desertish theme, but with this new map it does look like there's a little extra color and it's going to be easier on the eyes. Now with game changes, I saw the biggest one was the explosive drone being twerked a bit. It can now enter buildings through windows and be utilized as a unique interior clearing fire support option for the insurgents, which is pretty exciting. They also talked about in this post about player profiles being reset when the full game is released. Now, even though you'll be resetting back to 0, all your progression will not be for nothing. They're actually giving you back about 50% of whatever you earn throughout the beta into the actual release date. So don't be too worried about losing all your progression. You'll at least be rewarded with half of what you earned throughout the beta. And since the 420 patch is releasing the forearm tattoo as a cosmetic item, they also had talks about giving us an exclusive arm tattoo for the beta testers before launch as well. And also the biggest thing about this patch would be the dedicated community servers and server browser being added into the game. Besides the big optimization patch we always expect, I feel like this was really needed to be added into the game, simply because every time we ended a match, we'd have to go to the main menu and find a completely new match. It would be a whole new lobby, and you don't know if you would be joining a brand new game or a late game. And adding this will just allow us to continue on to the next match in the same lobby and just continue on with the same server instead of having to find a new one every time the game ends. Besides that, the rest of the patch is just talking about reducing micro stuttering, adding some extra optimizations into the game, adding quality of life into the game, switching out some extra balancing issues such as armor, guns, maps. They haven't gotten into exact details of exactly what they're changing for this patch. We're going to have to find out once the full patch is released on November 8th. Besides that, guys, I did want to talk about real quick, what maps do you guys want to see added into this new game? What were your favorite Insurgency maps on the first game that you want to see carried over into this game? My two favorite maps from the old game was Peak and Heights. I just love the map design, and also the snowy environment was just really fun to play in, and I would love to see a newer map influenced by those two maps added into Insurgency Sandstorm. Tell me down in the comments below what your favorite maps was from the original Insurgency. Who knows, maybe the developers might see this and they can get influence off the community on what next maps they should pursue and have inspiration from. Besides that, guys, this is MG Gibbs. I'm out. Deuces.